Manchester United hit by double blow. Onana injury opens door for John Victor transfer. Imagine planning the perfect vacation only to have your main ride break down at the last minute. That's exactly what Manchester United are facing right now. Just when they thought they had their goalkeeper situation sorted for the new season, everything has been turned upside down by injury and transfer drama. The injury that changed everything. Manchester United fans received devastating news this week when Andre Onana suffered a serious hamstring injury during training at Carrington. This isn't just a minor knock that will heal in a few days. We're talking about a potential 6 to 8 week layoff that could keep their number one goalkeeper out for the entire preseason tour of America and possibly the Premier League opener against Arsenal on August 17th. The timing couldn't be worse. United were just getting into the swing of preseason training when this happened. Hamstring injuries are particularly tricky because they can't be rushed. Push a player back too quickly and the injury often returns even worse than before. But here's where the story gets interesting. While United are dealing with this setback, they might have found the perfect solution in Brazilian goalkeeper John Victor from Botafogo. Who is John Victor and why should United fans care? John Victor isn't just another goalkeeper looking for a move to Europe. The 29-year-old Brazilian has been making waves in South America and is considered by many as one of the best shot-stoppers on the continent. His recent performances have caught the attention of several European clubs, with Manchester United leading the chase. What makes Victor so special? Let's look at the numbers. He has an impressive 81% save success rate in the Brazilian top-flight league, combined with a passing accuracy of almost 80%. These aren't just good statistics, they're excellent for any goalkeeper at any level. Victor's standout moment came at the Club World Cup, where he averaged 3.3 saves per game and even managed to keep a clean sheet against Paris Saint-Germain. That's the kind of performance that gets European scouts excited and makes clubs reach for their checkbooks. The transfer saga. How much will Victor cost? This is where things get complicated. Different sources are reporting different prices for Victor, and the confusion is adding to the drama of this potential transfer. Some reports suggest Victor has a release clause of around £5.86 million in his contract. That would make him an absolute bargain in today's inflated transfer market. However, other sources claim that Botafogo owner John Textor is standing firm on a £10 million price tag and won't let his star goalkeeper leave for anything less. The truth might be somewhere in between. It's possible that Victor did have a lower release clause that has now expired, or that Botafogo are simply trying to get the best possible price for their prized asset. Either way, even at £10 million, Victor would represent good value for money in today's market. Perfect timing. How Onana's injury changes everything. When United first started looking at Victor, the plan was probably to bring him in as competition for Onana. Having two quality goalkeepers competing for the number one spot is always good for team performance. Keeps everyone sharp and gives the manager options. But now, with Onana's injury, Victor could potentially walk straight into the starting lineup. This changes the whole dynamic of the transfer. Instead of being a backup option, Victor could become United's first-choice goalkeeper from day one. This timing might actually work in United's favor. If Victor knows he has a real chance of regular first-team football at one of the biggest clubs in the world, he might be more eager to make the move happen. What about United's current backup options? Let's be honest about United's current goalkeeper situation. It's not great. Altay Bayındır was expected to leave this summer anyway, and he hasn't exactly set the world on fire during his time at Old Trafford. His performances have been average at best, and many fans have been calling for an upgrade. Tom Heaton is a reliable option, but he's not getting any younger. The club did give him a new one-year contract recently, which now looks like smart planning, but he's really more of a third-choice option than a regular starter. Then there are the young goalkeepers like Radek Vitek, who spent last season on loan in Austria and performed well. But asking a young, inexperienced goalkeeper to start the season for Manchester United is a big risk. This is why Victor makes so much sense. He's 29 years old, which means he's in his prime years as a goalkeeper. He has experience playing at the highest level in Brazil, and he's proven he can perform in big games like the Club World Cup. The Brazilian connection. Why Victor fits United's plans. Victor's background is quite interesting. He's actually been around European football before, having spent time on loan at Real Valladolid in Spain. This means he has some experience of European football, even if it wasn't at the very highest level. His journey through Brazilian football has been impressive too. He's played for big clubs like Santos and Internacional before finding his home at Botafogo. This shows he can handle pressure and adapt to different environments. What's particularly appealing about Victor is his consistency. He's not a goalkeeper who has one great season and then disappears. He's been performing at a high level for several years now, which suggests he has the mentality and ability to succeed at United. Competition from other Premier League clubs. United aren't the only Premier League club interested in Victor. Reports suggest that Everton are also considering him as a potential backup for Jordan Pickford. This means United will need to move quickly if they want to secure his signature. The good news for United is that they can offer Victor something Everton can't: the chance to be the #1 goalkeeper. With Onana injured and their other options limited, Victor could walk straight into the starting lineup at Old Trafford. This is a huge selling point. Most goalkeepers would rather be playing regularly for Manchester United than sitting on the bench at another club. Victor is at the perfect age where he needs to be playing week in and week out to maintain his peak performance levels. What this means for United's transfer strategy. This situation perfectly illustrates why having a clear transfer strategy is so important. United were already looking at strengthening their goalkeeper position before Onana got injured. Now that injury has made this transfer even more urgent, the club needs to decide quickly whether to pursue Victor or look at other options. With the preseason tour of America coming up, they need to have their goalkeeper situation sorted out as soon as possible. At £10 million, Victor represents good value in today's market. Consider that other Premier League clubs have paid much more for goalkeepers with less proven track records. Victor has actually performed at international level competitions and has consistently good statistics. The US Tour, a chance to prove themselves. United's preseason tour of America is going to be crucial for whoever ends up in goal. They'll be playing against West Ham United, Bournemouth, and Everton in the Premier League Summer Series. These games will be the perfect opportunity for any new goalkeeper to settle in and show what they can do.
If Victor does join United, these games will be his chance to prove he belongs at this level. Playing against Premier League opposition will give him a taste of what to expect when the real season starts. For United's current backup goalkeepers, these games represent a different kind of opportunity. If the club doesn't sign Victor or another goalkeeper, someone like Bender or Heaton will need to step up and show they can handle the pressure. The long-term picture. Even when Onana eventually returns from injury, United will be in a much better position if they have Victor in their squad. Having two quality goalkeepers means they can rotate players, manage workloads better, and always have a reliable option available. This is how the top clubs operate. Manchester City have multiple quality goalkeepers, as do Arsenal and Liverpool. United have been lacking in this area for some time, and signing Victor would go a long way toward fixing that problem. The 29-year-old Brazilian could easily be United's #1 goalkeeper for several years. Goalkeepers tend to have longer careers than outfield players, so this could be a signing that pays dividends for years to come. Fan reactions and expectations. United fans are understandably excited about the possibility of signing Victor. Social media has been buzzing with discussions about whether he's the right fit for the club. Most fans seem to think that for £10 million, he's worth the gamble. Some supporters are worried about signing a goalkeeper from Brazilian football, wondering if he can adapt to the Premier League. But Victor's impressive statistics and international experience suggest he has what it takes to succeed at the highest level. The fact that Victor impressed at the Club World Cup against European opposition is particularly encouraging. He showed he can compete with the best players in the world, which is exactly what United need. The financial aspect. From a financial perspective, this move makes a lot of sense for United. At £10 million, Victor would be one of the cheaper signings the club has made in recent years. Compare that to the £50 million they paid for Onana, and Victor looks like excellent value. The relatively low fee also means United won't be under huge pressure to play Victor if he doesn't immediately adapt to English football. They can give him time to settle in and find his feet without worrying about justifying a massive transfer fee. This is important because goalkeepers often need time to adjust to new leagues and playing styles. Having that financial flexibility could be crucial for Victor's success at United. What happens next? The next few weeks are going to be crucial for this transfer. United need to decide whether to match Botafogo's asking price and make a formal bid. They also need to work out the personal terms with Victor and his representatives. Time is of the essence here. The pre-season tour starts soon, and United need to have their goalkeeper situation sorted out before then. They can't afford to go into the new season with the same uncertainty they've had in recent years. If Victor does join United, he'll need to hit the ground running. The Premier League is unforgiving, and new players don't get much time to settle in. But his experience and proven track record suggest he's ready for that challenge. The bigger picture. This potential signing represents more than just solving a short-term problem. It shows that United are thinking strategically about their squad building. They're not just panic buying because of Onana's injury, they're making a calculated move for a goalkeeper they've been watching for some time. This is exactly the kind of smart business that top clubs do. They identify targets early, monitor them closely, and then strike when the opportunity arises. Victor's situation at Botafogo and his relatively low price make this the perfect time for United to make their move. A perfect storm of opportunity. Sometimes in football, everything aligns perfectly to create the ideal transfer opportunity. Onana's injury has created an urgent need for a goalkeeper. Victor's impressive performances have caught United's attention. His reasonable price tag makes him affordable. And the timing works for both clubs. This is the kind of signing that could end up being remembered as a masterstroke. If Victor adapts well to English football and becomes United's long-term number one, fans will look back on this transfer as the moment everything changed for the club's goalkeeper position. The next few weeks will tell us whether this perfect storm leads to a deal. But for United fans, there's reason to be optimistic. After years of goalkeeper uncertainty, they might finally have found their answer in an unlikely place, the Brazilian League. Sometimes the best solutions come from the most unexpected sources, and John Victor might just be the solution United have been looking for all along.